Sir Mel Stride, Shadow Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Mr. Speaker, to ask the Chancellor of the Exchequer if she will make a statement on the resignation of the Chair of the OBR.
Minister Murray.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, last week the economic and fiscal outlook was accessed prematurely ahead of the budget. The OBR took full responsibility for this and conducted a review into what had happened. That report was published on Monday, and I came to this House to make a statement. That report found, and I quote, systemic issues, which led, in their words, to the worst failure in the 15-year history of the OBR. Whilst I was making that statement on Monday afternoon, Richard Hughes, the chair of the OBR, resigned. The Chancellor has written to Mr. Hughes to thank him for his many years of public service, and I have put my thanks on record in this House too. That decision was a matter for Mr. Hughes. We will work closely with the OBR to ensure robust security arrangements are in place before the spring forecast and for all future forecasts. The Permanent Secretary of the Treasury will conduct a review of the Treasury's security processes to inform future fiscal events. As I said when I was again at this dispatch box closing the budget debate yesterday, the Government puts the utmost weight on budget security, including prevention of leaks of information. A leak inquiry is now underway with the full support of the Chancellor and the whole Treasury team. Mr. Speaker, there is also speculation in the press today surrounding the letter which the OBR sent to the Treasury Select Committee last Friday, which I wish to address clearly. The Chancellor was aware of that letter and she was content for it to be published, and she agreed this with the Permanent Secretary.
Mel Stride.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Richard Hughes was a respected chair of the OBR, and his departure is a matter of deep regret. The circumstances surrounding his resignation remain unclear. Although, Mr. Speaker, for the Chancellor it has clearly been a useful distraction from her own conduct. Mr. Speaker, on Friday, the OBR took the unprecedented step of publishing the details of the pre-measures forecast rounds, and at the Select Committee yesterday, members of the OBR board were clear that this step was taken because of serious concerns about partial leaks and briefings about their forecasts. And in relation to the market-moving briefings made on the 14th of November, which suggested that the public finances were, after all, in a better position, David Miles at the committee stated, and I quote, "I think there had been a misconception that there had been some good news. It didn't exist." They also clarified that these concerns were raised by Richard Hughes with the Treasury before the budget, and that the information published on Friday was approved by the Permanent Secretary. So can I ask the Minister, what discussions did the Treasury have, including the Chancellor, with Mr. Hughes immediately prior to his resignation? Mr. Hughes said last week that he served subject to the confidence of the Chancellor. Did the Chancellor give Mr. Hughes her full confidence? Was any pressure put on Mr. Hughes to resign? Did the Chancellor approve the OBR's publication on Friday and discuss with the Permanent Secretary? I believe the Minister has confirmed that. Perhaps he would do so again.
Yes. In which case, behave.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Do ministers agree with the OBR's opinion that there were leaks and briefings about the forecasts that damaged growth? If so, what action was taken by the Treasury regarding those leaks? And can I ask once again in this House whether it was appropriate that the Chancellor herself was opining publicly on the OBR's productivity forecast before the budget, given that these matters should remain strictly confidential? Mr. Speaker, as you know, I've written to the FCA seeking a full investigation into these matters relating to the Chancellor's statements on the state of the public finances. I have also written again this morning to the Permanent Secretary at the Treasury requesting a full investigation into all these matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the Shadow Chancellor for his questions. Mr. Speaker, Madam Deputy Speaker, as I made clear in my opening remarks, the decision for Richard Hughes to resign was a matter for Mr. Hughes himself. I referred also in my earlier remarks to the media reporting around the letter that the OBR published. That publication of the OBR letter was agreed to by the Chancellor, and it is completely untrue to suggest otherwise. And the reason for publishing that letter was due to the unique nature of this budget in the context of the OBR's productivity review, as they said themselves, whilst acknowledging that this would not become usual practice due to the importance of preserving a private space for discussions. But, Madam Deputy Speaker, we are completely committed to the OBR's independence, and it is a vital part of our fiscal framework. And in fact, one of the first acts of this Parliament was to introduce a fiscal lock so the OBR could never be sidelined. The Shadow Chancellor also referred to comments by Professor Miles at the Treasury Committee earlier this week. And I note that amongst his remarks, he said the fact that it was a positive number, referring to the headroom on the October 31st forecast, he was very keen to be clear now that this did not in any way suggest that the OBR assessment was that the fiscal outlook was problem-free.
Dame Meg Hillier.